Gandang araw mga kabugtaw. Ang pag-usapan natin ngayon ay just war theory, katarungang giyera. Sa pag-usapan natin ito sa konteksto ng nangyayari sa Pilipinas ngayon. The just war theory is a theory on whether to go to war or not, or is the war justified. Uh, Among the early theories was, of course, St. Augustine, through it was formalized by St. Thomas Aquinas. The just war theory is not an official doctrine of the Catholic Church, but the Catholic Church is referring to the theories of the St. Thomas Aquinas when it comes to war. Ngayon, for a brief origin, the early Christians do not want to serve the army because they were for peace. So parang hanggang ngayon may religion ata na ayaw nila sumali sa army. Ano ba yung, sino ba yun? Si Desmond. Basta may, ano ba yun? Yung binigyan pa nga ng Medal of Honor sa nung World War II. May movie yun eh. Ayaw niyang humawak ng baril kasi laban daw sa reliyon niya, no? So the early Christians did not want to join the army, but when Christianity became the official religion of the empire, when Constantine made it the official religion of the Roman Empire, no? The Pope, hindi ko maalala, I think it was Pope Sylvester the first or Miltiades the first. The Pope made it mandatory for Christians to go to war. No? Kaya obligado na sila na mag-serve sa army para ipagtanggol yung empire. No? Then of course the concept evolved through the years also, no? So sa just war theory ni Thomas Aquinas, we can go to war but there are 5 conditions that we have to meet, no? First, there has to be a long-standing tyranny. That the tyranny already endangers the people. Nung panahon ni Marcos, senior, ilang years ba yun? No? Grabe na yung poverty. Parang ngayon din, grabe yung nakawan. Walang project. May kaibigan akong contractor, sabi niya, hirap daw talaga ngayon, walang project. No? Yun din sinabi ni President Duterte, walang project ngayon, puro ayuda at saka grabe ang nakawan sa kaban ng bayan. No? Ramdam na talaga ang hirap, no? Tapos nilagay pa ang bayan, ang bansa sa peligro dahil sa mga EDCA bases, no? So the tyranny endangers the people, no? In fact, ngayon, bukas Sabado, no, may rally yung mga pro-BBM. Baka magkasalungat sila doon sa mga realista din na pro-Inday Sara at magkagulo. Nako, gustong-gusto siguro ni BBM yun para he will have an excuse to declare an emergency rule. Kasi yun ang intel ko eh. They're itching to declare an emergency rule, no? So there must be a long-standing tyranny. Second condition, all means for peace must have been exhausted. Lahat sinubukan na. Noong panahon ni Marcos noon, senior, no? Yung pang-aabuso, dali mo sa korte, corrupt din ang korte, sumbong mo sa pulis, hawak din ng pulis, wala nangyari, kaya maraming nag-NPA. No? But before we go to war, all means for peace. Ngayon nakikita natin kung paano binababoy yung mga institusyon natin. Ang Congress, ang NBI, ang Philippine National Police, no? Paano ginagamit na instrumento, not for the common good, kundi para sa ilang pamilya lang o ilang tao lang ginagamit nila ito, no? So is there a hope for a peaceful adjudication of conflict in the court? No? Kasi we're supposed to be civilized. We have court of laws already. So yun, no? All means for peace must be exhausted. Subukan lahat ng paraan na mapayapa, no? Para marisolba ang problema. Third condition, no extraordinary means should be used, no? Kung pwedeng pitikan lang ng itlog, pitikan lang ng itlog, wala ng atomic bomb. In fact, this is what some moral theologians are using to so as not to justify the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Kasi at that time, nag-collapse na yung Axis forces sa Europe. Then MacArthur was already successful in his island hopping campaign from Australia to New Guinea to Peleliu to Iwo Jima. Pero bakit dinrap pa rin yung atomic bomb? Noong 1980s, may mga declassified Washington documents. The real reason was only to test the efficacy of the bomb. At saka ngayon nakakatakot kasi itong mga nuclear weapon ngayon, no? 100 times, 500 times stronger than the bomb dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And mukhang malapit na tayo dyan. Araw-araw sinusubaybayan ko si Colonel Douglas MacGregor, no? Dating advisor ng Secretary of National Defense during the time of Trump. And he said, the world really is in danger of nuclear war. Ako sabi ko, kung matuloy man yun, sana I will die in the first blast so that I will not suffer. Kasi kung mamamatay ka sa radioactive fallout, nako, sakit yun, cancer yun, ilang buwan ka magraratay, patay ka rin. No, wala pang gamot yan, kasi siyempre, gera yan eh. Talagang pagdurusa yan. Yan siguro yung sinasabi nila ng Biblia na the living will envy the dead. How you wish you were dead already because of the massive suffering. No? So yun, no extraordinary means should be used. That's why, unjust war theory is use ad bello, rules to go to war. Sa no extraordinary means ito yung use in bello, rules in war. Because in war there are rules, no? Especially after the Geneva Convention was formulated, lahat ng mga conventions na yun, no? Hindi tulad no na you can rape, you can loot, no? You can burn. No? Ngayon, may mga rules like bawal bombahin yung mga hospital, mga simbahan, mga civilian, o doon civilian, yan, talagang malaking debate yan kasi the civilians are taxpayer and many of them work in war factories also. So do we justify killing them? No? Marami nagsasabi na si Putin daw palpak kasi tumagal yung gera sa Ukraine. Tumagal yung kasi ginagawang human shield ni Zelensky yung mga Ukrainian population at ayaw ni Putin na magkaroon ng malaking casualty. And fourth condition, no, there must be a credible successor. Ito yung kung let's say for example you want to depose the king or the president, kailangan credible ang successor kasi kung yung successor ganun pa rin naman, forget it. And number 5, there must be chance for success. So dito yung virtue of prudence kailangan, no? Kasi kung bigera mo lang kayo and you will jump from the pan to the fire, wag lang. Parang sa strike ninyan, no? Mag-strike ngayon, may trabaho kayo. Mag-strike kayo tapos mawalan ng trabaho. Worst, di ba? Magsara yung kumpanya. So, yun, no? First, there must be long-standing tyranny. Matagal na yung pang-aapi, matagal na yung pagnanakaw, matagal na yung pandarambong, pagsisinungaling, kasamaran, hindi nagsiservisyo. Long-standing tyranny. Second, all means for peace must be exhausted. 3, no extraordinary means should be used. 4, there must be a credible successor, or in the case of war of nation, credible successor of authority or government system, things like that. And 5th, there must be a hope for success. Ngayon, tingnan natin ang sitwasyon natin sa Pilipinas ngayon. Who will go to war? Is the situation right now ripe for a just war? But who will go to war? Mga tao? Noong panahon ni Marcos, siyempre, mga tao, nagrebelde. Kaya ang problema ng mga karamihan sa mga rebelde, lalo na yung mga sa Communist Party of the Philippines, they have a flawed ideology. And we saw that all over the world, how communism has failed. Ngayon, makitang-kita naman natin, yung mga komunista ngayon, ang kukurap din. No? Gagarbo din ng mga relo, mga sasakyan nila. No? At super corrupt din sila. No? Kaya it's a flawed ideology and a flawed organization. So then, of course, we have the Moro secessionists during the time of Marcos who also went into rebellion because they want to secede from the Republic of the Philippines. Pero sa ngayon, sino? Armed Forces? No? Actually, sa PMA ako, kasama to sa tinuturo ko sa military ethics. Ewan ko kung naalala pa ng mga kadete ito. Ngayon, mga general na yung iba doon. Marami na rin senior colonel. Wala nang major. No? Puro field rank na at saka flag rank ang mga tinuruan ko noon. At diniscuss ko itong just war theory that we can go to war if the situation merits. Will they do a just war or a just coup? I doubt it. Busog daw sila kaya I doubt it. So, pero I'm not losing hope kasi may mga naririnig din ako nag-uusap-usap Sabi nga naman ng mga field ranks, mga colonel, lieutenant colonel and major, ay mga ayaw, sa taas lang yan kasi busog sila. Iba naman daw sentimento from colonel below to second lieutenant. Iba ang sentimento. May narinig kasi ako, it's either the AFP will move as one or they will not move at all. Kasi if they will not move as one, madugo yan. Malamang mauwi yan sa civil war. May papanig dito, may papanig doon. Yun din ang sinasabi ni Captain Dado na gusto nila, civil war. Madugo yan. Pero marami rin nagsasabi, maybe the country has to go through it. Kasi kung tingnan mo, kasi sa Amerika, ilang civil war ang dinaanan or interstate war, no? O civil war ang dinaanan nila, ganun sa Europe. Napaliwanag ko kasi noon na ganun talaga yun in a forming of a nation. One tribe invades another tribe, they become one, they invade another tribe, they become one, and so on and so forth, until it becomes a nation. Tayo naman, we were on that process, then dumating yung mga Kastila and instituted a national government. Kaya that process was halted at makikita yan sa regionalism ngayon, no? Ilocano versus Pangalatok, Tagalog versus mga Kapampangan, Cebuano versus Ilocano, and so on and so forth, no? Ganon, no? Lalo na we don't have a symbol. So what do we do? Because I think, in my opinion, there's a long-standing tyranny. We're doing all the means. We're trying to exhaust the means for peace. We're to rectify the situation. Pero ang dapat ma-impeach si BBM, pero ang pinailan ng impeachment si Sara pa. And impeachment is not a juridical process. It is a numbers game. It is a political process. You will vote not based on evidence, but based on your political affiliation. And of course, money. Matik yan. No? Sa impeachment. Nung impeachment ni Corona, ang dami ko na rin hundreds of millions. Yung isang senador nga doon nakabili ng bahay sa Forest Park. Pinangalan pa sa stepdaughter niya, walang trabaho. How can she buy 500 million worth of house, no? So, and no extraordinary means should be used, no? Kung pwedeng rally lang sa daan, gawin na. Pero kung baril, maraming mamatay. Credible successor, I think Inday Sara is very credible. I know a lot of things. She's very, very straight, especially when it comes to corruption. Galit yun. And ang nakakatuwa nga, siya pang kinakasuhan ngayon sa corruption. And is there a hope for success? Well, the situation right now is very fluid. Every day may nangyayari. But the INC is coming out. Malaking grupo yan. Yung simbahang Katoliko, tahimik pa. Balita ko nga, busog daw sila linggo-linggo pinapadala ng grocery galing Malacanang. Kaya nabasa ko yung statement ni Advin Pula to keep calm. No? How can you keep calm if the coffers of the country is being plundered, if your people is being oppressed? That's why I'm calling you, Mr. Advin Pula, be a good shepherd. No? Keep calm pa kayo dyan. Kita talaga ang kulay dyan. Kung si Cardinal Cinto, with all his fault siguro, tinawag na mga tao na maglabasan na. No? May rest in peace. No? Si Cardinal Sin, maraming kasalanan yun, pero I really admire him as a person, as a shepherd. Kaya we are in that situation right now, very fluid. But what I'm saying is we have to prepare ourselves. But if ever na magtaya tayo, there is such a thing called as a just war. A war can be justified. Although si Pope Francis recently, ninigate niya itong just war theory. Kasi sabi niya, all war is evil. There's no such thing as just war according to Pope Francis. Eh kung inaapi kayo, anong recourse nyo? Ha? Hihiga na lang, luluhod na lang at magpapatay. Patayin kayo, apihin kayo, gutumin kayo. No, no, no. We have to fight. We have to fight for our rights. No? And we have to remember always this just war theory.